What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ray here doing some Eagles coverage, making my first YouTube video here. And I kind of just wanted to start it off. Honestly, I wanted to start it off sooner than later. I just got my microphone in and learned how to operate some of the software. But after the game the other night, I was like, man, I really want to get on there and start recording, voicing my opinion just as an Eagles fan. Very frustrating loss to the Chargers the other day. Overall, talking about the season, by the way, what I'm showing here on the screen, I'm kind of just scrolling around, jogging my thoughts while I'm talking to you guys. But overall, my thoughts on the season so far, very conflicted. I'd say overall on the side of like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, why does it have to be this way when you have such a talented team as far as the players go? We have so many talented players on both sides of the ball. If you ask me, we have the most talented team in the NFL. If we could just get that flow going, we would be there. You know, we would be with just 2 losses right now. Right now, we have 5 losses now on a 3-game losing streak, so we're 8-5 right here at the top of the division. So we are up here at the top of the division. We're 8-5. If you ask me if we had good play calling, I do put blame toward Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo. I feel like we'd be much better off. Defense, we're solid. I don't really have any complaints. I mean, I guess I could have had complaints about the cornerback position a few weeks back, but of course, right before the trade deadline, we made some changes, and overall, the entire field on that side of the ball has looked great for us. So I can't even criticize the defense if I tried. Offense, on the other hand, completely different story. Let's look at some stuff here. I mean, come on, let's talk about the Chargers game where we got beat in a heartbreaker at the very end of the game due to an interception being thrown by Jalen Hurts, his 4th on the night. Jalen Hurts, worst game I've ever seen him play. Probably the worst game he's ever played in the NFL. So there is that. But yeah, looking at my screen here, I'm just kind of checking some stuff out and did want to highlight Saquon Barkley. Had one of the – I can't highlight. That's fine. Right here where my cursor is at in the 4th quarter, 14:51 to go. Saquon Barkley rushed left end for 52 yards, touchdown. Jake Elliott hits that field goal for the extra point. Saquon Barkley had his best game of the season. His best game of the season, don't get me wrong, did look like an average game last year, literally. Having over 2,000 yards for the entire year last year in 2024-2025 season. 2025-2026 season. So, yeah, Saquon Barkley looking a lot better. I don't think that him himself as a player has looked bad. I mean, anytime you see him with that open space – and the line giving him what he needs, he does really well. He gets down the field, he's elusive, but unfortunately he hasn't been able to get down the field too many times. Overall, I blame that on the O-line and Kevin Patullo's play calling. I don't think they're scheming stuff up too much, and to be honest, no matter how talented you are, if the defense sees exactly what you're doing, if they're practically reading your book, you're not going to get much done on that side of the ball. Quarterback-wise, running back-wise, doesn't matter. Wide receivers. So I think that's been our biggest issue of the year. Yeah, talking about what I think of us for the year, I think that's been our biggest issue. I'm sure all of you Eagles fans out there would agree, and even others. You know, I kind of just wanted to show you guys that right there. Saquon Barkley, 52-yard run for a touchdown, and that's kind of how his game was for the night. I mean, he had 122 yards on 20 carries. So he was averaging a little over 6 yards a game, a carry, and we didn't use him enough, if you ask me. He had 20 carries. Jalen Hurts had 40 throws, which is higher than what we normally see for him. And especially when he was struggling as bad as he was, I want to see Saquon Barkley with that ball in his hands more than he was, especially when you already have a good thing going, right? So you get him going, you have him running, making big carries. Then all of a sudden the backfield's going to open up for those other guys, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. So, I mean, it just makes everyone's life easier if you go with something that's working. Of course, they're going to adjust and they're going to probably start to taper off our gains in that hypothetical scenario I'm laying out. But like I said, then you open up the backfield and you got A.J. Brown, baby, and Devontae Smith just doing work back there. Jalen Hurts with a deep ball. I did have a little play pulled up here that we can watch real quick, just to be kind of reminiscent of last season. I mean, this is what last season looked like all year long. You know, he gets a little pocket, he gets a little hole, I should say, and just does his thing as Saquon Barkley, man, being one of the greatest running backs to ever play the game. Goes ahead and hooks up a dad there with the ball. That's awesome to see. But, you know, just with that little bit of space, he's able to find that and make the biggest play of it. So it's just been so sad not to see that happening this year. Jalen Hurts, like I said, worst game I've seen him play ever, but I still believe in Jalen Hurts. I mean, I'm definitely on the optimistic side of Jalen Hurts as a player. I'm optimistic for the Eagles as a team, but seeing how rough it's been, I mean, how optimistic can you be? So we'll see how things go. We got the Raiders next week, so if we lose that game, I don't even know what to say, honestly. I mean, 8-6 is where we'll be going to. You got the Cowboys on our heels all of the sudden out of the blue, right? You know, 3 weeks ago or so, if you said Cowboys could possibly even contend to beat us in our division, it would be unbelievable. But we're in that scenario now, you know what I mean? So that's how things are looking. That's the reality of it. I don't think they'll pass us. I mean, I'll put money on that. You know, Cowboys are not passing us. Cowboys stink anyway, so there you go. Anyway, just wanted to kind of tune in, tell you guys what I've been thinking of the year so far. For my first video, like I said, the Chargers game really lit a fire under me. And I was like, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of put my thoughts out there on it. Just a few more seconds here, I'll talk about myself and my goal here moving forward with this YouTube channel, covering Eagles content. My goal is just to cover Eagles content. I'm going to 90% talk about just the Eagles. 10% will be about the rest of the NFL in regards to the Eagles. So I guess you could say really it all comes back to the Philadelphia Eagles fan club. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really fun. I've been loving watching the Eagles play and watching other Philadelphia Eagles fan podcasters posting videos. I watch so much of their stuff. But for whatever reason, it was just kind of motivating for me to do my own thing here too and talk about what's going on with the Eagles in general, no matter what's going on. But yeah, as far as myself and my view of the Eagles, I'm optimistic. You know, I'm always pulling for the Eagles, but at the same time, I have that critical eye where I am gonna see the worst parts of it and talk about that. You know, that's really how improvement is made. So I don't really got too much more for this video. Just kind of wanted to jump in and get things started here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to my YouTube endeavors. Until next time, y'all have a great rest of your night.